Okay, pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, general laws, chapter 30A, section 18, and the governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Freetown Cable Advisory Board will conduct via remote participation. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technology means. A recording transcript of either comprehensive record of proceedings will be posted to the town's YouTube channel and/or the Town of Freetown's website, www.freetownma.gov. It being 5 o'clock, I will now call this meeting to order to conduct business stated on the meeting notice. Okay, we open the meeting, and I'm going to share that if I can again, which I can't. All right. Because I don't have the,
If you just wave your mouse, you should have something pop up on the bottom of the screen with a share icon.
yeah, but I got to bring up the, meeting notice on the screen first, which is not a problem here.
So, sometimes when you share, I don't know necessarily with Zoom, you can share a window rather than your actual screen. So you can just share the document by keeping your screen.
I'll tell you what, I'll just leave it the way it is, and I'll just go through the list of topics. The first of the topics is the open the meeting, which we just did. And the second one is to discussion of the goals for the upcoming calendar year. And then we'll set a meeting date for the next meeting, and after we get done. So I guess one of the things we should do is talk about participation on the committee and trying to get at least 5 members or 7, probably be more likely to get 5 at first, 2 more, so we can have more than the 3 of us, if that's something that you'd like to do. We got a bunch of things, I think, a couple of things that we need to be discussing throughout the year. I know during the negotiations, we had the community room over at the police station wired. I spoke to the town accountant this afternoon, and I'm going to read off some numbers later on in the meeting of where we stand financially. So that could be a topic and where we want to go with that, because that's going to need to be, purchased equipment to put in there if we're going to do any recording out of there at all. So number 1, I guess, would be more members to the committee. 2, we can talk a little bit about the community room. I'm not sure what the requirements are for anybody to go in there. Right now, it's probably no one, which I know it is. And if there's anything else that you men might have, then we can discuss that as well. So your thoughts?
I'm looking right now to see if they have anything open. Usually they have it on the website if they're looking for to fill vacancies on the boards.
It's on there.
Then we'd have to figure out if we can maybe have them kind of spark it on the Facebook page or something, or get the word out. I mean, unless somebody's actively looking at these, which not too many might be, since we've had trouble obtaining members thus far. We might want to reach out to whoever's the admins of their Facebook page and see if they can pop a message out there, this week. And then maybe if we don't get any bites, keep pushing out there once a month. That way we can kind of maybe get some more visibility there. Or they could also bring it up at their other meetings. I can say the other town meetings they may have, if they're looking for anything.
On Facebook, there is a group it's Freetown Information, I believe.
All right.
The other two is Friends of the Freetown or something like that, but I think the Freetown information, if it's acceptable, maybe putting something on that.
Yeah, because I go to the town website, and that's where I check for all my they post something about recycling being pushed back a day, or town offices being closed, or something of that nature. So maybe that works out.
Yeah,
I could also post something on there's a Friends of Freetown, Friends Helping Freetown or something like that. What it's called exactly. I could check on that to see if anybody's interested. I've seen stuff like that on there.
okay. That'd be good. So number one, we can advertise on Facebook or solicit on Facebook for any members.
Yes.
Okay, the community room. I guess what the next step to do is to try to set up a meeting to see if we can get in there and see if it's, from what I understand, when I talked to the accountant today, she stated that there was funds given to the HP Collins, who was in charge of the construction over there, for $8,854. And she wasn't totally sure if that all those funds were for the wiring or running the wire from the room in there throughout the community room. So I can check with that. I don't know if I should check with I guess that now we got the new town administrator, so I'll probably go through him
Right.
and see if maybe we can go through that room and take a look at it, just the three of us possibly. Just to see what's been done, what needs to be done.
Yeah, see if they have we have all the equipment. There might be some additional stuff to purchase.
Yeah. Also, I'm trying to remember back to the negotiation. So the majority of the equipment's still going to reside at the school, correct?
That's correct, but I believe David at the time said it was pretty obsolete.
Okay.
We can check on that and maybe get our hands on it and put it at the, I mean, I know they're putting the food bank that they're doing in the old police department, and maybe we can get it out of the school and bring it over there, go through it and see what's maybe usable and what may not be, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, there might be something.
We could even try to look into maybe not right away, but look into seeing if any of the school districts. We probably have to talk to Lakeville as well, just because they're shared school. But if they wanted kind of re-up that course or class in kind of video audio technology and kind of broadcasting and whatnot, see if there's any interest in that. Maybe they can poll the kids or something like that, and see if there is interest, and then we can work with them on figuring something out after that. Just kind of test the waters a little bit to see if it's worth putting effort into bringing it back, if that's what they want to do.
Right.
I just don't know who would be the contact necessarily. Would it be somebody on the school committee, or do we talk to like the principal directly, or I'm not sure who would be the contact.
Well, if you remember that during the negotiations, we had spoken with Jose
Yes.
from Lake Cam, and he seems to be very knowledgeable about what they did over in Lakeville. So I could contact him. I did talk to him at the end of negotiations a couple of times on the side just to get some information. And also, I know there's a gentleman named Bob, I think his last name is McCarthy, then he's on the Lakeville cable board over there. And I know he reached out to us one time while we were doing the negotiations, but not to get involved in the negotiations, but to assist us in our reformation of this committee. So I could call him up and pick his brain to see if any suggestions that he might have, being that we're starting out from scratch now,
Yeah, because we could do like a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, maybe it's outside of the scope necessarily, but they could be a bunch of stuff the kids could do. Like they have like a home ec room there where they're cooking. They could do a cooking show or whatever for extra credit, or different things. I mean, they could do like a joint venture with somebody who's majoring in like broadcasting, and then they could do cooking, and then media relations type things.
I think like we talked about at the meeting, the previous meeting, is about the programming channels that we have, and when the Freetown, meetings and stuff comes up, it's all over the place.
Yeah, you never know.
I think we discussed at one point trying to narrow it down to a time frame between, like, I don't know, 6 and 8 or whatever, so that it would be consistently, or like on a Wednesday night between 5 and 8, it'll be Freetown programming.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I don't know if we can, if that Lake Cam takes care of that, or if it's MCAM, which is the Middleborough one that takes care of the, I think they take care of the sports, I believe.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see to get a little more depth of knowledge into how the programs arrive on each of the channels that we requested for in the contract when we re-upped it.
The town accountant to date did not have a copy of the contract that was approved by the Board of Selectmen. So she mentioned that she would check on it too, because there's language of the money that comes into our committee, or comes into the town for our use.
Yeah,
So,
when those payments might come into effect and all that, so they might.
Yeah. I'll periodically check with her. Well, she said that once she gets it, she was gonna email me to let me know that she has it, then I'll get copies of it, the signed ones from the Board of Selectmen and Comcast, and get them to you guys as well.
All right.
Okay.
So that we'll have, we'll all know what we're doing over there. So I guess, is there anything else you want to talk about right now? I mean, we might as well nibble at it at one a little bit at a time right now.
Yeah, I think once we talk to some more people, we got to probably get a list of, the people we want to talk to about the school. Maybe talk, like I said, the Facebook people, whoever does that. That could be a good tool for also promoting daily or weekly what the schedule of the channels are going to be, if we have that available, if we know what's going to be broadcast.
Right.
To me, that's the easiest fix for being aware of what's on. Not that you always, that's not always popping up on your feed necessarily. You might get it 3 days later, but
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could always find some way on the Freetown site to add in a page that you can update with that info as well.
yeah, then they could click on that. So that'd be good too. Yeah. So we could talk more about somebody, maybe the technical person for the town. I'm not sure if that falls on one person solely, or it's, spread out.
Well, Tim is the one that upkeeps the website.
All right.
And if you do, I'm on the website right now, and if you do, there is a employment opportunity and board vacancies. If you click the buttons below the active window, it's the last one on the right. It says want to get involved, click for job opportunities and board vacancies.
Let me get in there.
And it's got all the vacancies. It does have the Cable Advisory Committee on there.
Yep.
The problem is that it's, you really, like you had said, you gotta dig in there if you want to get it. If you're interested, And I don't know how many people go there and say, gee, I want to get involved in town activities, but I'm not sure where to go.
Yeah, it's definitely, it took some kind of, perusing myself the first time I was looking around.
Yeah.
To see it. I think I actually caught it on actually a Facebook thing I saw pop up, like there was openings, and now I know where to go on the page, so that's good.
So let's just take a consensus on, what do you think we should do? Try to go for a 5-member board right now, and then, I mean, it's either 5 or 7, because you don't want an even number,
Yeah, I think 5 is good.
I mean, we can always move to 7 later if we see
Yep.
enough feedback on it from enough people. But I think 5, start with 5.
Okay,
Yeah, because that's good, because if people can't make it, you should have enough, at least you'll always have at least a base of 3 or 4.
yeah, they'll have a quorum anyways.
Yeah, just to make sure.
And I mean, so another option, I mean, I know a lot of people aren't going to the town offices right now, but I think there's still a little bit of foot traffic. And I mean, later on when things start opening up more, I mean, we could flyers or something. They can just post at town hall or on a couple different sites.
Well, I can ask the town, I know, I think she just sent out the flyer from the town clerk's office for the dog licenses and those things.
Yep.
And the landfill fees and like that. I don't know when the next one is coming out, but maybe we can put a blurb in there about, to try to be more proactive on it rather than just, waiting for the people to do it. Maybe I can have her, suggest to her that she puts all the board vacancies, in that flyer so that people may be visible to pick one,
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'll discuss that with Cheryl. Okay, so let me just go over the thing we talked about. So we kind of decided, and we won't make a motion or anything like that right now, but we'll solicit to see if we can get a 5-member board. And then I'll check on the equipment, find out, I know, Jim, you said it was at the school, and I'll check to see if we can get our hands on that and relocate it to a place where we can see it like, when we get a chance to do it. And I'll contact the Lakeville Cable Committee and ask them some questions and see what their activity is all about, see where they're going to kind of give us some direction.
Bruce, I'd like to add one more thing. We might want to refresh the Cable Advisory Committee vacancy document. When you click on that on the page, it talks more about the renewal of the license, and maybe we should kind of give them some ideas of what we're trying to do.
Okay, yep,
To give a little more, and also maybe let them know we're open to any ideas about how people might want to go if they want to, once they're on the board, if any ideas they may have. Yeah, because I just clicked on it. It's talking about the
yeah, I'm looking at it, yep.
the contract. So I'm not sure too many people are, necessarily would be excited about looking at the contract.
Okay, I'll talk to Tim tomorrow about that, and I'll see if we can change that. Okay, so we get that, and then I'll check with Lake Cam and get some ideas about them with the program. And so how's that sound right now?
It sounds good.
Let me just go over some of the stuff that I did with the town accountant this afternoon about the funds that we have available, and bear with me. So in the general fund, we have available $55,649.94. Now that's available that we could use for different activities. There's also a reserve reserve account, which money comes into, and that can only be spent at the annual town meeting. Now, if you watch the annual town meeting, or if you was at the town meeting, every year they put an article on the town warrant to fund for the people to record the meetings of the selectmen when we were doing it, and also other committees that they need to be recorded in person. So we got $156,735.82 in there. And that was derived because last year we got, for the last fiscal year, or 12-20, in our negotiations, we got certain money that came in, and $26,797.12 is what we got last year from subscriptions. Just subscriptions. And then we have the other one on the capital end of it, I believe.
Hmm.
And that money, that's the 55,000. But she wasn't sure about the, there may be some funds that come out of that 55,000 number. That's already been allocated because of the wiring and stuff like that. So she was kind of requesting that we just kind of say maybe 45 to 50,000 dollars is available to us.
Yeah, we might have to look to whoever we know what we've done in the past, because I know Lake Cam or whoever, they've always had a person I believe they've loaned out to us or contracted, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we might want to find out that, and if it's reduced now, if they don't have to bring their own equipment necessarily, or if we're going to use our own people, whether it's somebody from the town or
Yeah,
or we can do it ourselves. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, or if the school thing, maybe that's part of the school curriculum, if that comes into play. We just have to figure, I think we should look into that too, because we want to make sure that, if we're paying for services, we're getting services, and, we're not just totally canceling somebody's job out too. So we want to kind of,
I know we have a contract with Lake Camp,
yeah.
because they signed that, I think, what, was that like November they signed that? And I was kind of disappointed because I don't think we were too involved in that.
Yeah. I kind of vaguely remember it. So, but I think it's, pertinent to the allocation of, funds for the committee and stuff like that.
Right.
Not to say we're the say all be all of the funds distribution, but be nice to kind of know and understand a little more.
So that's pretty good. I mean, I think, we'll probably get another check, I think, for the subscribers. I think she was talking that we got like $13,050 from the subscriber fee. So those are the numbers that I got from her today, just to give you a rough idea of where we are financially.
All right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like I said, the only thing we can't spend has to go to town meeting is the 156,735.82.
Is that just once a year we have that meeting, right, in November?
Yeah, from what she mentioned, I understood it as being, it has to be an article on the warrant at the annual town meeting. Maybe it could be at the town meeting in October or November, maybe, I'm not sure about that. But I imagine we could. But we do have the 55,000 or a little bit less, say 50,000 available to us for something that we may want to do. So that's good. At least we got some funds now. Now we just got to figure out what we want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to think of some stuff too, in more depth. Maybe what's within the scope. I mean, you can always find a way to spend money, but is it within?
Well, I know we'll probably, without going into the community room to see what we need, other than we just spent $8,000 on wiring, I believe.
Yeah.
We're gonna need cameras, and we're gonna need equipment to go into that one room that's gonna control all that stuff. And if and when we ever start having meetings again, then we'll probably that'll have to be manned to operate the cameras, I would assume.
Yeah.
I know you from years back. I know Dartmouth had it set up that way. 'Cause I did attend some of their selectmen's meetings down there, and they had it set up that way. Now, I don't know exactly, but I think Lakeville might do the same. So I can check with Jose on that, find out what they're doing with Lakeville.
All right.
There was also talk about maybe kind of working with Lake Cam on what we're doing here together,
Yeah,
that was just talk.
that may be good to bring them into the mix and kind of understand our relationship a little better with them,
Right.
and kind of maybe see if we can nurture that. And I don't want to, I'm sure we're all on the same page. We don't want to just sever it or anything like that or diminish it. We want to kind of,
Right.
Utilize that because they are a great resource for the town and the committee. So it'd be good to work with them on it.
Okay, well, whatever you have anything else you would like to bring up? I've got a few things here that I'll take care of before our next meeting.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good stepping stone of get our bearings, see what we've got, see what we need.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a big help if we can get in that room and see, what we have to work with in terms of space and equipment.
I don't think anybody's, well, I mean, I don't think any people, other than the town administrator and police department and selectmen and like that, I don't think anybody's seen that room.
Yeah.
It would be nice to set up a meeting over there just to, we can meet, between the three of us, we can meet. We do it by Zoom right now here, but we can meet. We can always meet at the senior center. Long we do the mask thing and the social distancing. We could possibly set up a meeting at some point, if we can get to that community room to make a list of the things that we may need. Then we can, adjourn and go over to the senior center and have a meeting over there, finish our meeting over there and talk about it. If you want to do it that way.
Hmm.
I don't see why they wouldn't want us in there. Other than the COVID thing.
Well, I think with a group as small as we are, as long as we follow, all the protocols and everything.
Well, I know that I'm on the Council on Aging for the senior center, and I know we got 7 members and we meet over there, socially distancing and the mask thing, and that's acceptable. And since the governor's opened it up a little bit, I think you can have 40% of the capacity. So. Okay, what else do we have? Anything else you'd like to discuss?
Nothing for me.
We're good.
Okay, if that's the case, I'll work on what we got here. Want to set a date for the next meeting? I got the March calendar up. I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm not sure if anybody's celebrating St. Patrick's Day, but do we want to just do the 24th? Just, of March.
That's fine with me, 24th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
24th's open for me.
All right.
All right, good. So our next meeting will be March 24th at 5 o'clock.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Seconded.
Okay, motion made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor? Josh?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
And myself, yes. Okay, gentlemen, we'll see you March 24th.
All right.
Have your one, guys.
Take care.